Today I'm going to be talking about our continents kit and our ocean current beads kits. These two kits both explore the hydrosphere's impact on local weather patterns, and they do so by analyzing surface currents and how such currents are affected by both wind direction and land shape. So let's get started with assembling them. For the ocean current beads kit, you're going to start by cutting the chenille stems to designated lengths. In order to do that, you're going to want to cut the black chenille stem into 4 equal parts, each approximately 7.5 centimeters long. Next, cut each the blue and the red chenille stems into 2 parts, both 11.5 centimeters long. With these, there will be some left over. Next, simply slide each of the beads onto its corresponding chenille stem where the arrows are pointing in the same direction. You'll want to leave a bit of a gap between each of the arrows, and we're putting 2 on each chenille stem. Once you've done that, your ocean current beads kit is ready to go. It's a very simple to use kit, and you can simply use the provided template available in the lesson plan and actually lay the currents onto the map and look at how the prevailing winds are impacting the direction of the currents as well as the temperature of the currents. This map specifically gets students to investigate the North Equatorial, the Gulf Stream, the North Atlantic Drift, and the Canary. So the students are able to see by placing these currents onto the map both the directionality and the influence of the prevailing winds, but also the temperature change that they bring with them. So for instance, the colder waters of the North Atlantic are carried south by the Canary Current, and then the warmer waters of the equator are carried north by the Gulf Stream. And these warmer waters actually transition and help impact the climates of coastal areas. For instance, how the British Isles has more moderate temperatures than a location at a similar latitude on the North American continent. So students can actually go in and understand how the impact of the ocean temperature, these surface currents, impacts the landforms around them. Now we provide 2 sets of these with 1 kit, so you can also do investigations in the Pacific Ocean. Now for the continents kit, on the other hand, students are actually going to be able to see the currents in action, simply using water, a fine grain herb such as oregano, and our 3D printed continents. So what you're going to do is first start by laying your continents in their proper shape into the pan, and you can do so that they're either accentuating the Atlantic Ocean, or you can put them in reverse so that they're getting to see more about the Pacific Ocean. And this works the same way for either ocean. Once you get them roughly lined up, and you don't need Antarctica for this particular experiment, you will simply pour water in so that it doesn't go all the way to the top of the continents. The goal is to put just enough water in that the continents themselves don't start floating around, but that the oregano will be able to float freely. Next, we use a straw to replicate surface winds, and by blowing through it, we're actually able to see the impact on the currents by using the herb, as students can watch, the oregano swirls around in the same circular pattern that we're seeing happening over here on the map. So these are 2 kits that work really well together. Students will get a really comprehensive understanding of the hydrosphere's impact on the landforms. With the continents kit, students get to visually see the currents in action and how the landforms and the wind is affecting the way the currents are moving. Then with the ocean current beads kit, students get a chance to see how the temperature of the water at the various latitudes impacts the temperature of the currents, and therefore how that temperature of the currents then impacts the local regions that are affected by the water. So we hope you enjoy using these 2 kits, and have a great day.